Empty page, like a winter sky. Just my shaking hand in a borrowed light. Little strokes where the quiet starts. Every line I draw is a door in the dark. We build cathedrals made of color on the walls inside our minds. Turn the shadows into stories, give the aching world a sign. Every dream becomes a window, every tear a softer tone. We paint this broken, bruised creation till the beauty overflows. Smoky blues in the valley of your face. Copper gold where the sorrow used to stay. I'll mix your light with the evening rain. Lay it down in layers till the hurt looks brave. We build cathedrals made of color on the walls inside our minds. Turn the shadows into stories, give the aching world a sign. Every dream becomes a window, every tear a softer tone. We paint this broken, bruised creation till the beauty overflows. Let the pigment fade it slow in the cracks of every canvas. Love is learning how to glow. We build cathedrals made of color on the walls inside our minds. Turn the shadows into stories, give the aching world a sign. Every dream becomes a window, every scar a sacred tone. We paint this fragile, fleeting moment till the beauty feels like home.
I can't find the comments. There we go. Hey guys, how we doing? Just let me scroll up. I know I'm an hour later than I said I was going to be. I got caught on calls, etc. So let's see where we start. Start Caroline. Hey Caroline, sweetie, how you doing? Holly. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Azzy Cat, good evening, Frozzy Cat. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'll go through stuff today. It was a long night, but I did manage to get quite a few hours sleep this morning, so it should be good. Little Miss Mayhem, can you hear me? Because I've actually got, I'm just probably going to do it a bit later, but there's a quick, just give you a quickie piece of artwork I want to do. So actually I can move microphone for the minute. While I'm not doing it, hang on. Maybe you can hear me better now. There we go. Betty, the lovely Betty in the house. Caroline deleting messages again. Can't say I've never done it. I didn't know you could undelete either. Supposed to go for a walk today and the weather is gloomy, of course. Yeah, it's not very good here. The sun's trying... Oh, I've got hiccups. The sun's trying to get out, but I don't think it's going to get very far. Thanks for using me as a test run. Chig. Caroline likes the crash test dummies. Caroline causing chaos. Yeah, helped. Hey, Rob. How are you, sweetness? Go, Sweena. Go, Sweena. I have put it in Buy Me a Coffee, but thank you so much. That meant everything. Thank you. It'd be nice to go, Sweena, guys. He's massive support for me. The mods are all going to go, oh, do I have to? Sarah. There you go. My bad Lord Wiener. Lord Wiener! If I'm missing you, I'm sorry. Hey, Pam. Yeah, we've started calling him Lord Wiener. Alexis Artemis Green had the first. How are you, sweetness? Yeah, I'm going to be doing... Well, I'll do them anyway, but I'm going to be doing a lot more. Try and turn... Not all of it. I'll go through it at some point today, but I'm not jumping through all the hoops. But I will make sure more and more of mine is on there. Which is what I was doing anyway. Oh, thank you, it's Mayhem. That is a popular song. Thank you, Pam. I don't know if I've said hello to Sage Rat. Where's Sage Rat? Oh, do you know what? I swear it's harder to see when everybody's in black. Hey, how you doing, Sage Rat? Say hello to Holly, I think. Hey, Pinky. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Pinky. Hey, Elaine. Hope you got some rest. Probably got more than I did. I did sleep quite a while this morning, so far so good. Crow the chat. The sun's out here in Suffolk. I think it's out a little bit here, but it's not as like yesterday. It was actually really warm. The sun was quite intense. It's like, I would imagine it's a bit nippy outside. No to the snow. No. Keep your snow. Hey, Elaine. Guess I'm making coffee. I fucked up. I have coffee. I'll just see if it... Peckles! Did you solve your food problem, Phil? Hi, King Phil. Pickle Phil, that's better. Better. Bottle of water. You got 4 hours sleep. I think I got 5. But they were this morning, so... Salted caramel coffee it is. I've just got black coffee. Neat. No sugar. Look at Phil not doing a blankie hello. You've eaten, haven't you, Phil? You must have done. Oh, are we down? I'm actually at the bottom of the chat. Bloody hell. 23 degrees, -5 this AM. It was, I think it's warming up now, but we had freezing fog this morning. Apparently. But it is clearing now. He's still eating. Be honest, Phil, you eating pizza? We want to know. He was falling off the pizza bandwagon this morning. Hey Stu. Moss Mouse Green. I've just missed you. There you go. Moss Mouse Green. Sponge. How you doing, darling? The chat keeps jumping. Priority demand. Where's Phil's message? I'm eating my second 7 to 11 pizza, don't judge. Hey, it's between you and your conscience. It's between you and your tummy portal. I think you earned it, actually. After last night's live. Just make sure I'm not missing anybody. Lula Moon! God, the chat doesn't move and then it just like goes whoop. I think we'll just everybody saying aloud to each other. Right, just let me have a sip of coffee. One of the things I want to do today, I want to tell you where I'm at with my plans after being demonetized. I will give a definitive explanation next week, but I don't want to be doing too much without chat's input, so I'll talk about it a little bit today. I don't want to keep boring everybody with it, you know, it's my problem, but I just want to make sure that my plans are what you guys are happy with. Like I say, I'm going to do a little bit of an art stream later. I've done the outline. I actually did the outline during Crow's Life. So, because that one needs doing fairly quickly because it's a logo. So I thought, well, I was going to do it on. I don't know if I can manage to fit in an art stream tomorrow. I'm hoping I am, but if not, it'll be Monday, and I don't want it too delayed. So I thought, well, it's a quickie because I've done the drawing. Just checking. I think I've got everybody. We do care. It's not a bore. I mean, I've had a lot of encouragement, lovely messages, support. It's been very humbling. And I mean that. So I really don't want to. I do know which way I would prefer to do it, but I want to make sure that chat's happy with it. Hey, Corvidual. Good afternoon to you. Oh, I like the avatar. Me likey. I like it a lot. You're not happy with it. I don't care if you're happy with it, Stu. I mean, everybody else. I'm kidding. Ooh, avatar. Ooh, avatar. And one of the mods remind me towards the end of the live, I'll kind of to put the or to get one of you to put the PNC link in for their live tonight, because they've got an important live tonight. So I don't want to forget to give them a shout out. So many folks getting demonetized lately. YouTube needs to sort their shit out. They're actually having a purge. I have been looking into it. It's actually the reason for some of the decisions that I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of following through with, because I mean, I was demonetized 2 years ago within a week of being monetized. And although I didn't agree with that one, they had more of a point to it. They have no reason to demonetize me this time, but they are doing that to a lot of people. They are literally having a purge for channels. And they are using the expression, hang on, inauthentic content. And basically, it's a blanket expression to mean anything. It's not just AI, guys. It's like, if you're familiar with the Umbrella Guy who just goes live and largely just has an avatar on screen because the same reason as, not me, haven't got the camera set up, but I do have my face on the channel. But the same as, you know, Seg and Crow and people who just use avatars. That's why he got demonetized. He did get his back, but he's got over 300k subscribers who all sort of went to YouTube and said, "Oi, what are you doing?" The problem is when you got AI bots picking stuff up, they're going, "Oh, this one's using AI," or "This one's not." Nothing's changing. It's the same live every time. You know, nothing's changing visually. That's what they're picking up on. So basically, they've moved the goalposts. So I'm really not prepared to jump through every hoop they have, but I'll go through that. Pretty sure we're here because we enjoy your style, so do what you do is what we want to see. Yeah, I mean, you know, if I really did jump through their hoops, it wouldn't look like my channel anymore. And, you know, this is where I get really awkward and stubborn. I mean, I've been slowly trying to get, especially on the content, my artwork more prevalent than the AI stuff. And I'll keep doing that. That I am prepared to do. I was going to do it anyway. But I don't want people to be looking at my channel and thinking, well, this isn't Sarah's channel. This is different. This is a YouTube. What YouTube wanted to do, not what Sarah wants to do. And as any content creator who is serious about their channel and are doing the channel for the love of it, yes, I do need the income, but I'm doing it for the love of it. I can't do it if I've got to do it a way I don't want to do it. So that's what it boils down to. So I'll go through that. And you know what my chat wants to see, what my subscribers want to see. I got myself a buy me a coffee, yeah. You know, I've had a lot of support through that. I mean, I did promise chat I would appeal, and I will appeal, but nothing will come of that appeal. I'm 99% sure of it. I'll reapply in July, but I will reapply with the channel I want. And what I'm actually hoping is that if I don't get remonetized, people are used to, you know, if people do want to support, they can do it through Buy Me a Coffee, they can do it through PayPal, and also I'm about to set up the Patreon, because basically with Patreon, well, I've got a Patreon. Thank you to those who've already subscribed to it. One of the things I will do with Patreon is I'll basically put the content on Patreon that YouTube are going to piss and moan about. So the TV show will go onto Patreon, the one with the plushies. I just need to get Vimeo for Patreon, so I'm not having to link the video. I can actually just upload it to Patreon. It is a purge. It is a purge, and it doesn't matter what size channel you've got, by the way. It's little channels always get lost in the mix, but like I say, I mean, Umbrella Guy has about 3,500K. and he got demonetized. It's not even about the size of the channel for the most part, apart from the very few 10, 20 massive channels. Everybody's fair game. The Purge of 26. There you go. Hello, James. Hey, Admit Audacity. Good to hear you. Thank you, sweetie. Just making coffee, James. Want to say, no, not offer me a coffee. Oh, please. Jonathan Horror got the same message. He's fighting it at the moment. It's like an AI blanket. So, yeah, it's not just AI though. I mean, yes, I do. I am sub to the quartering, largely because for things like YouTube and some of the entertainment, as in films and stuff. And you have to bear in mind with him, he's very extreme in his views, but yeah, he was going through it. He actually did a very good video on it, and you will have heard a lot of the bigger creators especially talk about views as well. Beardo's talked about it, Sex talked about it, views going down across the board, and he was talking about that as well with him and a few other channels. So yes, AI is being picked up on, but it's not just AI, guys. It's a lot of different factors, you know, so be aware of that. And the problem with inauthentic content is it can mean anything, and they can change their minds as to what it means. And when you've got AI bots looking at it, it's a bit like Umbrella Guy. AI bot will have looked at a live stream where nothing changes and there's an avatar in the middle and go on demonetize. You know, but it's his voice, it's him talking to his audience, a bit like I am now. It's a bit like if that's part of what they've done it for me. You know, full engagement with the chat, my voice, there's no filter on my voice. But that can get you taken out as well. You could properly communicate intentions and let creators know what's going on. My biggest gripe actually is, I mean, you heard me on, if you were in my live stream on Tuesday, you heard me end the first one because I went into shock. You know, they won't do it, but the fairer way of doing it is say, look, you're under threat of demonetization. If you don't sort your channel out within 10 days, we will be going ahead with it. That's what they should be doing. But they don't. They literally just pull the plug, and then you have to go through appeal, which is almost impossible, because it's almost impossible to know why you demonetize when they're using such blanket terms. And then you have to wait 3 months to reapply. There's so many channels like yours that show their artistic creativity. Will you just have to get more creative to meet their specifications? The one I meant to actually I was chatting to Mason today. I meant to ask Mason and I forgot. Is I've done, it's like my introduction video. All of that is my artwork, all of it. But I've animated it with Grok to make the images move. But Phil and I have talked about this a little bit, how to do those videos. I will put more in where you can actually see me drawing it. But it's like, so are you, what I don't know is, my question is, so if it's all my own artwork, but I've used an AI program to animate it, does that still classify it as AI? There's just so many questions unanswered, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's, I mean, I'm sure it's happened across the board. It really has been a purge. Probably will continue as well. Like I say, I just know different names because of watching videos about it. There's one channel about history. I think it's called Boring History or something. It's basically a channel where they just read history so that people can sort of fall asleep to. And somebody, actually, I wonder if I've got the screenshot of it. I think this was on Quarterings. But basically, one of the problems with their channel, I don't know if it was the whole thing, was, so there it is. For example, You know, so basically it's the same thumbnail every time. It's their name of the channel in the corner. I don't know if they've been demonetized or not, I can't remember, but name in the corner, you use it as an example, but just changing the image every time. But that classifies as repetition. You know, inauthentic content. So it's just make it up as they go along. Let's start our streaming service. Yeah, the irony of an AI bot punishing content creators for using AI. And you can use AI. YouTube have their own AI in assistance in Studio, which I haven't used. I mean, I do sometimes use their music, their instrumental music. And actually, if you trawl through their audio library, you can get there's some pretty good stuff in there. So I'm gonna do a thing on that. YouTube won't like those grey area wording for legal reasons. They're able to do what they want. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, and that's what it inauthentic content's a newer term from them. I'm trying to remember what it was last time, and I can't. But what you've got is inauthentic content is a very vague term. You apply it to anything, you know. Skynet has started to take over. Well, it has. I mean, I have done the stats for a video, but I think it's something like 114 million YouTube channels, and about 70 million of them are active. You cannot. The company cannot physically have humans running everything. That's the sad fact, because it's too big. But I honestly think in the case of demonetization, or in the case of, you know, like Beardo had the strikes, or like Seg had the alleged doxing. I'm saying alleged for my safety. I do believe that's what happened, by the way. It was what happened. Oh mind you, I've been demonetized. I'm probably getting bloody takedown now. But you know, Seg being doxed, Beardo being struck, even them with the bigger channels. I don't know. I can't know if it's Seg has Beardo. I think Beardo's got a YouTube manager. Even then, it can be difficult to get hold of a human. Mike from Real Evidence was live last night and talking about one of his strikes, and he was literally phoned up and was talking to AI and could not get through to a human. And he's got about 38,000. Of course, in YouTube terms, in terms of who they prioritize, when you've got Sam and Colby on 15 million, or you've got some on 100 million, you know, we see them as big channels in this community, but they're not to YouTube. Even Beardo on 65 is not a big channel for YouTube. I'm waffling, sorry. More ironic is YouTube has built AI into, yeah. In some ways they are pushing AI, but you have to use their software to do it. They didn't use AI bots, at least they would be, could they use an alternative method? I honestly don't think they could. Like I say, I don't know how many videos it is, but if you think of it, because I can't remember the figure for that. Video. So if you're talking about 70,000, sorry, 777, sorry, 70% of that 114 million are active channels. I mean, the upload rate is ridiculous. That's not giving me the right answer. Hang on. How many? Right. So 360 hours of new content are uploaded every minute. over 500,000 hours of new content daily, nearly 4 million videos each day. They can't physically do anything other than use AI. But what they should be doing is finding a way to filter it down to a human once AI have picked up from something. YouTube wants, who wants YouTube taking 30% of their tip if they support you? It's just, well, I'm going to have to admit that that's part of the factor for me. Is it takes 30%. Now, I have got no problem with YouTube taking some money. It is a free platform. I am not, I think, you know, you would pay for any platform where you can make money. But 30% is a huge whack of your income. And it's, and then you have to wait once a month to get it. I think I'm about to get interrupted. Just give me a second, Cass. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, and it's once a month, and I'm going to be honest. For the whole month, you kind of thinking, oh, like when I was saving up for the new PC, I was thinking, please don't get. I mean, I actually, one video I didn't put out because I thought, oh, I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it because I need next month's money. But yeah, I mean, I won't get paid anything I've earned this month, even though I only got paid last week. Nothing from April will be paid. Just to say, Aussie Cat worked out that you can actually ask for a refund if you've paid for anything this month. YouTube will refund. They won't keep the 30% either. You'll get the full refund. They will do that. It's just that it could take a few weeks, just so you know. That's also my big problem. It's like, I don't like the idea that people have paid for something that they're not going to get. That instant is, you know, I suppose they're waiting for me to, what do you call it, appeal. But even then, they should just, you know, the refund should be quicker for me. But you can ask for a refund, but YouTube will do it automatically. So please don't worry about that. So any super chats or memberships that were paid for in April will be given back. But yeah, if it goes into buy me a coffee, I get it weekly, and they don't take 30%. And if it goes into Patreon, I can get it instantly. And Patreon are very, not Patreon, PayPal are very good in terms of things like exchange rates and percentages, blah blah blah, all the time. But yeah, that 30%, especially, well, for anybody, but especially for a small creator like myself, you know, I don't earn masses from YouTube, but that's a big chunk out of my earnings. Well, anybody's earnings. Good morning, Kristen. How are you, Dazzler? Hey, hey. I'm sorry, I'm waffling. Creepy Ghost Stories got screwed around too. Yeah, do you know something? There are some really good channels that tell ghost stories or tell encounters. I'm subscribed to 3 of them. I'm subscribed to Law Lodge. I'm subscribed to crap. Tales of, it's gone out my head. But they're really good channels. I wouldn't be surprised if more of them get hit. They're going to have to rethink the way they do it. Was your whole channel demonetized? Yes, Mike, it was. It was. They don't love me anymore. Weird Darkness spent a decade building 200k to get... See, I haven't been told I'm permanently demonetized. I'm not quite sure what's different when people say they've been permanently demonetized. But Yeah, there are channels like Weird Darkness, 100k. I saw somebody who's been on for years, 64k, being permanently demonetized. It's to be honest, it's unbelievably cruel, and you feel so helpless with it. By AI blankets, I mean the YouTube AI is you. Yes, they are. That's what I mean. And I know for a fact that when I appeal, if they say no, which it probably will, I'm just going to get the same cut and paste job that they gave me for demonetizing me. Yeah, 100%. Just keep fighting, Snow. I'll back you along with the. Well, some people have been amazing, and you know, I've had a lot of support, messages of support, etc. And at the end of the day, I do love doing the channel, so I've got to do it my way, guys. I've got to confess, I can't change it beyond recognition just to keep YouTube happy. So if I can't get monetized again, I'll just keep going with the. I mean, I'm going to push the buy me a coffee and PayPal side anyway that people want to donate, and if people want to join Patreon, I'll keep Patreon. I'll have Patreon as kind of my membership alternative. I've put it up. You can. There is a free option on Patreon anyway, but that puts so much up. Until the end of May, I've put a. You can join for the regular $5 a month. I have it in dollars, so it's $5 a month. Or I do have another option till the end of May, which is $1 a month, because that was the least I could actually put in to get that option up. They wouldn't let me do less than $1. Can't spell demonetized without the demon. Absolutely not, Sky, my sweetie. Got lost in the lurky wings. Oh no, lurky curtains tried to trap me. It was really stressful. They look like sex curtains. Greetings, Sarah, the OG Psychosis. Bless the Sky. I'd have 2 channels. I do have an art channel. I actually have quite a few channels. Just I don't do anything with them. Every time I have an idea, I thought we'll put the channel up so I can keep the name. But I do have an art channel which I'm going to be pushing more than I have been. I can't, mind you, it would take me a while to get it up to the hours and subs anyway, but that's the other thing. If you have another channel, you cannot get monetized on another channel while you're demonetized. And you're like, actually, I don't know if I didn't re-monetize, whether it would. Anyway, I'd have to look at that. But you certainly can't try for monetization while you're going through an appeal. Do you know what, Stu? I have a theory on that. And the reason for that is, it's not Musk actually, but I know I have a Amazon Fire tablet, and my YouTube app works terribly on it. And I understand it's because of the 2 companies not liking each other. I have to find time to get out the GIF animator. YouTube only hates TikTok. Yeah. That's what the shorts are about. The shorts are about competing with TikTok. Your artist, thank you, cool video. Maybe YouTube hates YouTube. I think there might be a point where I don't think YouTube knows what to do with itself, and it's trying to compete with TikTok, and it's just going about it the wrong way. Oh, so many of those, especially when they're done as shorts. I mean, the short AI in shorts. I mean, I will support AI for creative purposes if you're open about doing it. You know, everything on this screen is AI. I will be trying to change it so it's more of my artwork, but everything on this screen is currently AI. But you know, it's when it's literally when AI is being used to lie to people, whether it's body cam footage or car crashes or natural disasters or animals in distress, hit those people. They're just not hitting the right people. Yeah, I didn't look at the content. The reason I brought it up was the way they'd done the thumbnails was flagged. I was just trying to point out that, you know, even the thumbnails. I'm actually going to stop using ChatGPT as well, not in the way that I do. I'm still using ChatGPT, but it's the other thing with using stuff like ChatGPT is if you use it, everybody's thumbnail looks the same, by the way. You can't tell whose channel it is. But yeah, it depends. It's especially the ones who use AI voiceover. And I mean, if it's AI voiceover and AI imagery, yeah, then fine, that's a problem. YouTube wants to be like TikTok, even though they don't need to. But people pre-upload a TikTok clip, and YouTube wants them to commit 100% commit without the. The other thing that worries me, I can't remember which website did it, because I'm going back a bit, but there was one website that used to say you can't upload it anywhere else if it's on our channel. I think YouTube might start doing that if we're not careful. It's the channels who use AI to collate clips and upload loads of vids they need to sort out. Yeah. Oh, I edit by hand. Surge of fake charities on YouTube Shorts. Yeah. Shorts have crap AI ads. Those don't get removed. No, they don't, because they'll have paid them. Lots of trolls in Mike. I know he had a few. I think he followed Beard over here. Now, mind you, Mike will be getting his own trolls now. You know, it is, and it's going to have to be careful. I have to speak to AI to get through to a human at the bank. It sucks. I know. Oh, and you know, if they don't understand your accent, and you know, I did not understand that. Can you please say that again? It's like, put me on with a human. They'll understand me. Yeah, I think that, you know, it's like it's obviously picking up on the program we've used. In my case, it's mainly Grok. It was Daigen. So I do think that's an issue. Using AI to monitor is fine, but they need to forward flags to pay. Yeah, they need human reviewers. AI is going to create a new business niche for companies that actually have people creating things. I have a story YouTube took, and I had to fight 3 times to get my channel back. I've been accused of being using AI. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and I bet you any money I have, I'm sorry for that you went through that. I have a story, and I'm sure that will probably be because it never got to a bloody human. You know? If I could talk to a human being and say, look, this is how my channel works. And also what they don't understand is they obviously, no reason for them to. They don't understand the debunking community. So I'm being accused of inauthentic content. Anybody looking at my videos can see, oh, you know, how many hours and hours and hours a day I'm pouring over the debunking community, looking at what's going on, looking at the trends, looking at the chat. Part of what my channel's all about. Hours and hours of research, hours of reading, and you know, looking at research for some of the videos I'm doing, especially now because I'm going down the slightly different content route. um, hours and hours into the channel, and then the editing, and then they say, no, it's inauthentic content. No, I have not just pressed an AI button and gone make this video for me, which I can do in Clipchamp. Clipchamp does do that, have that option. It says AI will put the video together for you. I don't. I do it manually. 30% is a lot considering the amount YouTube gains from ad revenue alone. Exactly. And if I'm demonetized, but if any ads do appear on my channel, they will still get the money. So they don't get demonetized. That's just me. AI is a new craze that the market and population is figuring out how to coexist, just like any other tech, like TV and radio. Absolutely, Phil. And this is my other argument. AI, it's all AI now. It's all AI. 20 years ago, people were saying, "Oh, that's Photoshop. That's photoshopped." You know. 10 years before that, it was like, "Oh, that's CGI." You know, 10 years before that, that's manipulation. I mean, the fake photo videos I'm doing are on old film cameras, you know, looking at the tricks on those. Any time there's been technology, and I'm going back to the Industrial Revolution now, anytime there's been technology, film, photography, whatever, there has been a way to automate it, or there's been a way to manipulate it. It's just that these days it's what we call AI, and it's just quicker. It's a bit like I can ask ChatGPT or Grok to take out the background on an image. I can do that in Photoshop. I know how to do it. But on some photos, it would take, or pieces of art, it would take me hours. Those programs will do it instantly, you know? Same result. I don't want a refund. I want them to reinstate you. Oh, thank you. I don't think they will. I mean, I can probably get the channel to it being remonetized in July, but I could be wrong. I could be pleasantly wrong, but I don't think they'll go by the appeal. Does anyone know if the AI user is programming the AI voice to add over-exaggerated emotions, groans, squeals, cracking up when they say people died? There was FM and yeah. AI, it's not just, that's a good point from Sky, it's not just visuals, it's audio as well. I'm just not talking about the music here, I'm talking about voices, you know? We are in a debunking community, we are looking at fake paranormal channels. How many overlays, sound overlays do you think there are in those? As well as visual overlays. Yes, refund will happen either way, just depends if you want to wait. And you will get the full refund, they don't get the 30%. So technically for this month they've demonetized themselves. Yes, I've already read that out, Stu. Stop self-promoting. Hey Mike James, thank you. Thank you. They should have to pay anything to your channel. The channel is already. They should. This is the problem. It's like it should be from the day they demonetize, and it's not. It's the calendar month. I won't get anything from April, but it's their system. I don't want a refund either. I wanted it to get the money to PayPal to Sarah instead. It stops YouTube from taking the money from her. Yeah. Yeah, there is a belief by a lot of people that they want to start going down the Netflix and TV route, as well as the TikTok route. It's not what the platform's for. I mean, I never put the video out because of, you know, wanting to wait until after I've got the money for the PC, but I'm not doing it now because that to me is what YouTube is for independent creators to be creative. And your creativity is being stifled now. That's what Sarah's reinstated. Daily emotions to the thing. I don't know what that is. Voiceover goes by punctuation. I just guess it how to express. There's a few on Subdo that do ghost stories. Eerie Edinburgh's one. They are so good. Their new rules are so unfair to so many. Yeah, I mean, I can tweak over the next 3 months. But channels like that have got to completely rethink how they're going to do it. Completely rethink. Nothing wrong with them doing it. They're great channels. Like I said, Tales of the Dark. Is that the name of it? Sorry, that just came to me. Yeah, I'm subscribed to a few. I love them. But they're probably going to have to rethink the way they actually do their videos. Oh, they've cancelled the live stream. Right, okay. Thank you, Rob. Oh, bless them. Only interesting as well, so good to get it back as ASAP. Hey, Mrs. Prism and Mr. Prism. Team Prism checking in. AI War of 26. I watch YouTube for its randomness and discovering a whole new hobbies or places on Earth, or listening to Kenny Biddle waffle on and on and on and on, and I've added the other ones about how we don't deserve brains if we're not going to use them. It's YouTube at the moment, and it has been for a long time. It's been, if you can sit and go from video to video, it's a rabbit hole of some amazing channels, you know, and different subjects, and different ways of doing things. And if it goes down the commercial route, it's in trouble. It's not what it's for. Hopefully a few fake channels get messed with, John. Yeah, I mean, there is a inauthentic content to me could be used on them more than used on me. You know, Kenny didn't say I was creating suspense, not drama. That's for next time. Yeah, exactly. Lacks education. They are definitely using AI to detect AI, not getting the right ones. Demonetize every annoying as fuck channel where everyone claims to be attacked by a demon every 5 bloody minutes. To be honest with you, I mean, a lot of channels are careful about it, but there are some of the fake channels, especially, who are literally using clickbait. You know, there's a fine line between saying, "Oh, we were so scared," and you know, look at Paranormal Nightmares thumbnails. You know, we encountered a demon. They didn't. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was part of my video, but the beauty for me of YouTube as a long-term independent creator since, you know, the late 80s, it's like, oh my god, you know, I can do a channel, I can put what I want to on it. Apparently not. Temu ads are, I do buy from Temu. I've just put an order in, but yeah, their ads are awful. There's a reason why I only do AI thumbnails, and I might even stop doing those. What I've done, Mr. Prism, actually, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. It's going to come out in the next few days anyway. Let's just see if I find the thumbnail. My next video. I have used AI. Let me find it. But what I've done, is that coming up? Is I've basically, the death of the author one at the side was a part of a bigger AI piece. I just clipped that bit out. The photographs are me putting them together in Photoshop, and I got ChatGPT just to clean it up a little bit where I'd, you know, not quite done the cuts right. Then I did the text as well, but I've kind of mixed and matched. what I've done. I'm actually going back to, takes longer, but I'm actually going back to using Photoshop for some of it. So that's the thumbnail for the next vid. And the thumbnail for the video today was, obviously it's an AI picture, but I kind of messed around with it to make it look different. So that'll be coming out. That's written, so I've just got to work out how to put it together now. But sorry, just finding where I was because I took the thing off. Alexa sends my Welsh chat all over the place when I ask it to name Mr. Bollen. See, Mr. Bollen, I watch Mr. Bollen. Alexa's just woken up on my tablet. Alexa, that was creepy actually. Not sure how to help you with that. I'm not asking you to help me with anything, sure. Yeah, because he sits in front of the camera and does it. It's probably saved him. Nothing wrong with watching Mr. Bollen, Stu. You have to take it. You're telling stories, you know. I'm not as, I don't watch him quite as much as I used to because, you know, eventually those stories run out. He's a very good storyteller. And he tells them the way he's supposed to tell them. He tells them as a story. One of my favourite ones, actually, and it's actually the reason I actually want to do the story. It's nothing to do with whether I believe any of it. He did a really good one on the Bell Witch one, on the Bell Witch story, that just conjured up so much images in my head. I thought, I'm going to have to do smart work on that. He's a good storyteller. Not everybody has to be 100% authentic, so long as they're not. He's not a debunker. He's a storyteller. Tell her that. Technically, it's listening. Still. Sorry, crowing the chat a bit. It took the music industry well over 10 years to work around downloading and streaming. Same thing with AI, hopefully. Yeah, it's AI has come so far in the last 2 years. Speaking, I mean, Phil will tell you the same thing with the music. I mean, I go back through my Suno to some of the first one, and they're so rough. The sound is so rough, and it's just over the short space of 2 years, it's just got better and better. I'm talking about the sound quality and what you can do with it. And it's the same with animation. That's suddenly leapt forward, and all these things will keep leaping forward. And there was a thing on the quartering video, which I do actually believe is a possibility, and it's because of knowing my media. Is about 10 years ago, news outlets. Actually, not even 10 years ago. When was the Johnny Depp trial? 2018? Or maybe it was later. Because it happened with the Johnny Depp trial. The news outlets, TV, newspapers, etc., went mad over the coverage that some of the YouTube channels were doing. I mean, the Umbrella Guy got into trouble then. I think Popcorn Planet got into trouble then. They really didn't like these YouTubers doing their job for them. Now, if there's a major news story broken, I don't go to any, if it's major, like massive, I don't go to any TV station. I go to, what's it called? Gender-free TV. Because he collates it from everywhere. So the news people have already gone through all this. What's happening now is technically with the way AI is with video and music, a little bit voiceovers, they need work, but music, you could technically do a full movie. I'm doing little TV shows with plushies. You know, that's what they're worried about. They're worried about YouTubers becoming better than YouTube videos becoming better than their TV shows. I honestly believe that. I believe it. I agree with that. I don't think it's the only problem, but I do think it's a factor. I used Photoshop way back in the early 90s. I once used it to put new fixtures and decor on my clothing department to show what it would look like, and people thought they were really there. Yeah, I mean, I've been using Photoshop since the 90s. I could do pretty much anything with it. It's just AI does it quicker. But I am going back a little bit more to using it again, just to say that I have. Yeah, never underestimate the stupidity of big companies to make disastrous movies. And how many times have we seen a movie, or I've seen a movie, I'm sick of CGI, personally, ironically, where they just really, it's not good enough. I dread to think how far, oh God, he's probably been and gone. But hey, Justin. Justin is here for his link crop. I'll have a link to go, please. Would I look like an idiot walking around with the bit of a ring light, using it as a gimbal stabilizer? I don't know. Let's see why. Crow missed you last night, Justin. You missed the worst movie ever last night. Yeah, you're in trouble with Phil. How far behind is she? I'm way behind. It's because I'm waffling about being demonetized. Yeah, where's Justin? I'm doing a shark movie. Yeah. I missed Nipple Guy. Yes, you did. You did. I love Mr. Pollen. I hate his name. Pollen is Dutch for scrotum. Yeah. It not everything has to be. I'm a big believer in storytelling. So long as people don't take it as. I've known for a long time Mr. Pollen dramatizes bits. I don't mind. The guy's an ex-Navy SEAL who had this idea for a YouTube channel, and he's got it right the way he does it. He's a really good storyteller. Like I say, one of my favourite ones is I can't remember what the video's called. I'm sorry, guys, but it's one where a girl goes into the woods and she can hear this bell ringing. Oh, it just builds and builds and builds. He tells it really well. You know, you take it for what it says. It's a story. It's a story. I noticed Aussie Cat missed calls and Raven messaging me. That's what it was. Yeah, go to Crows. Oh, that's always me, Roger. How you doing, darling? Pickle tips. His story about his own shadow dude encounter is real. Yes, he has his own story. Of something that he experienced. It's very good. Bells Canyon, Headless Valley one, yeah. Sierra Sounds, yeah. I actually love the ones about. I know he uses a lot of Missing 411, and yes, I know there are issues with that, but some of the national park ones are just, you know, these stories should make you think. You don't have to believe them, but they offer interesting pointers as to what we should be thinking about sometimes. I got told off by Bigfoot fans for playing those recordings. They detract from true Bigfoot evidence. God, do you not think? I'm on the fence about Bigfoot. What I don't like about Bigfoot is people concentrate on Bigfoot. Look at the Yeti. Look at all the other ones as well. But yeah, they're almost on par with flat earthers sometimes, aren't they? The Bigfoot community apparently is quite vicious with each other. I mean, and what is true Bigfoot evidence? Well, I would have thought a 7-foot monkey man in the bloody garden would be true Bigfoot evidence. I get not wanting to upset people that agree with me. There can be, but of course, be a balance. So far behind you, still using Windows 95. Shut your face, you. Hopefully you've gone by now. I'm growing the chat a bit. I'm going to switch to the just take the mail. That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. That's what I wanted to do. She's interacting with chat. You tell him, Pinky. That takes time, you know. Invite Justin to know what reading chat does. Crow schedule's alive and I have to sleep because I felt ill after eating a horrible cheesecake. Typical. Save yourself. If he's still got the live up, save yourself. Yeah, exactly. Who are we talking about? Oh, yeah. It's me too, Elaine. Me too. The only thing I don't like about Mr. Bolam, if Mr. Prism puts it on while I'm reading, he has a voice you automatically start listening to. Interesting story, no reading done. There's a One Step Beyond video that's like a missing 414 story Goyle was missing in the woods and is saved by Bigfoot type entity. Yeah. There's one where boy disappears and he's found sort of halfway up a mountain. He's only about 4 years old or something. Thank you, Palm. Yes, there's nothing to stop the listeners from doing their own research if they want to know more. I mean, I because of being part of this community, I will sometimes watch a Mr. Bolam video and I know the story. And I know it's being embellished, and I know he's literally taking what people have said about their own experiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he doesn't look into the debunking or the alternative explanations. He tells the story. He's a storyteller. That's what he does. Hanging around like a bad smell. I like the Law Lodge. They have some good ones. The other ones I like are the Park Ranger stories. That's why I can spell allspice in here. Sorry, the chat's jumping. What's happening? I don't know if I believe in Bigfoot, but it's definitely possible they exist. You can walk right past a large predator and never know it due to the thickness of plant life, undiscovered species. One of the reasons I get frustrated with the Bigfoot thing is, like I say, there are other versions of it, and the Yeti's one of them. Now, I know that there is potentially a debunk on the Yeti. But I do know people who sort of go to, in the past, when I was in the antiques trade, I knew one or two people who used to go over to the Himalayas and to China a lot, and they used to, one of them was really, it was nothing to do with the business, but just really interested in going around the monasteries up in the Himalayas, and he says, you know, local people will talk about them like they're just part of the wildlife. Right, bottom of the chat. Right, I'm going to, how long have I been on? An hour and 10. I'm going to do a little bit of rendering, colouring in, because I want to get this logo done, and I'll tell you what the logo's for as well. Jimmy Stewart tried to bring a Yeti artifact through customs. Yeah, I must admit, I love cryptids as well. I love the Mothman story. There's something about the Mothman story, just, I don't care whether it's real or not. It's fascinating. Love the movie as well. Right, just let me find the right pen, and then I'm going to turn the camera on. Is that the right pen? That might help. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to move my microphone slightly. Hopefully, you can still hear me. So I don't normally do art on a Saturday stream, but I want this one doing. So I'll turn the camera on and get cracking on it in a minute. It's called a studio. That's where people jam. Listening in Hey Petals while getting to go hang out with the grand littles. Oh, way more Bigfoot sightings. That would be. I love the Spring Heel Jack story. There must be somebody who still covers that, Justin. That Reader's Digest encyclopedia that I had way back when, that I talk about in terms of, you know, when you did the spontaneous combustion and the leg picture, I first found out about Spring Heel Jack as a kid through that. And yeah, I love that story. And there was some good Victorian ink illustrations to it as well. It used to hit the papers. Mothman Prophecies is probably the best movie about the paranormal, and bridge collapse at the end gives me panic attack. Soundtrack is great too. Yeah, I might have to give that one a rewatch, because I haven't watched it for a while. And that is a really good movie. So, and you know, we associate it with that particular story, but there are Mothman legends all over the globe, I think. But yeah, get a Mothman expert on there. Just be cool. I do not believe they are alien or even mystical, but if you look at the George Farlando's Uninhabited Forest. Yeah, I can't remember, again, I can't remember the stats. I've done it for Chariots of the Gods, but a good, I mean, obviously a lot of it's underwater, you know, in the oceans, but even including land, there's a lot of unexplored territory. I think cryptids are the amalgamations of local lore that highlight the creativity, imagination, and fear of folks. Yeah, I mean, all it takes. There's a. I may have said this before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but there is a local legend in the town I grew up in, about a werewolf. Technically not a cryptid. I don't know. Does that count as cryptid? But anyway. And when I was in high school, there was suddenly one day a rumor went around that there were werewolf tracks on the old line. We called it the line. It's where there used to be a railway line, but there wasn't anymore. But the actual, it was a place you walked through. It was just mud. The tracks had been removed. But yeah, somebody said, got a feeling it was somebody I went to school with. It's probably a dog. Some sort of the werewolf tracks, and I thought nothing of it. And that was when I was about, 15 or something. Now, 20 years later, I'm teaching in York, and I had a student come down from the area because none of the local colleges would take him. And he says, "Oh yeah, I've heard about the Amble werewolf." And he wasn't even born then. So all it takes is for somebody to say something. And if people are going to roll with it, that's how that's actually what the partly what the video is about. Death of the author. It's about how as soon as the story starts, there's no control over it. It's what people do with it, and that's basically what Bathsheba is a really good example of it. So that's what the next video is. Yeah, the Devil's Hoof Prints. That's another good one. I approve. You can carry on with that. They're both in the Unexplained books if you have any. That's where these things for me become interesting, when you get sort of potential witnesses, and you view them as reliable. But at the same time, I'm talking about especially when these stories go way back. There's sort of people miss seeing things. They think they've seen something that they haven't, or they've misinterpreted it, or the idea that things like cryptids, especially, or ghosts, stories will be created to distract people from going to certain places. Cynthia. Hey, Daryl. Yeah, I am influenced by that. It's actually not going to be a moon. I'll tell you what it is when I've done it. But yeah, it's my steampunk style. It's actually for a logo. Arthur C. Clarke. I haven't heard that name in ages. What was it called? The Mysterious World of Arthur C. Clarke or something like that. Yeah, I really like that. Wasn't there a TV show that did that? Pretty sure that there was. Pretty sure. Q. People always get snarky with debunkers. They'd rather believe the lie. Yeah. I mean, I've said it time and time again about me. I am a believer in. I don't like the word paranormal anymore, so I'm a believer in the unexplained. I've had a lot of experiences myself. But I do want proof. It doesn't mean because I'm part of the debunking community. Like a lot of debunkers, it doesn't mean because I'm part of the debunking community I don't believe any of this stuff. Or I'm not open to the possibility of it. I just want proof of it. Thank you, Betty. Thought there was Mysterious World of R.C. Clarke. Yeah, about the 80s, wasn't it? I think some cryptids are based on something I've seen. I want Bigfoot to be Harry Henderson. Yeah, I mean, just because it seems outlandish doesn't mean people haven't seen something. It's just the question of what they have seen. And often when something is strange and it can't be explained, people reach for the paranormal. And I don't remember that one, Strange Powers. Said hello to Julie. Hey, Julie. Yeah, it's that's why I'm a big believer that these stories shouldn't be discounted just because they seem so outlandish. It's important. It's kind of what I'm going to be covering. It's important to know why those stories are there. Look at how they potentially started. Look at how people thought of things at the time. And the Death of the Author series, which I'm starting with the Bathsheba story, is going to be looking at some individual case studies as to how these stories have grown and what's been done with them. So debunking community is a necessity, especially with the influx of dumbassery in the paranormal community. I've experienced too many things not to believe, but most of these channels are unwatchable. Yeah, and I want. That's why I'm so passionate about the paranormal and why I'm a member of the debunking community, because I want the paranormal to be taken seriously. And every time somebody fakes a paranormal video, and let's face it, probably 9% of videos on the internet are probably fake. It takes away the importance and seriousness of actually doing the investigating and doing the research. I don't just mean going to potentially haunted locations. I mean properly looking at the paranormal as a whole. I don't mean that I don't like it when investigators are called, fans, etc. A lot of investigators are very serious about it and know the stuff, but yeah, look at all things to do with the paranormal. Because for me, well, first and foremost, it's about them conning people. But for me, it's about us being able to look at the paranormal without the whole world just thinking, well, what's the point? I don't remember that episode. Yeah, I loved the goodies though. If we could get more of these individuals to watch more debunking and listen to reason, the truth is there are so many people who don't want to listen to reason. That's the problem. I do occasionally fall out with people about that, but I mean, I did a podcast with Kenny. It's on the channel. It was on a live. He came on and I don't agree with Kenny on everything, and Kenny knows I don't agree with him on everything. But in one way or another, I've been part of the debunking community for 5 years. Started with Mr. Gray in 2020. Nearly 6 years now, and I'm as much of a believer as I used to be, but God, you know, you do get more and more critical. You do as to what's actually being put out there, and more frustrated as to what's being put out there because it's not representing the field. People watch them for the drama, so they follow the money rather than the authenticity. That is always going to happen. That always has happened. You know, Victorians who went to a seance just to be entertained, not necessarily because they believed in it. And it goes further back than that as well. I mean, I am going to be doing a video on going even further back on the fakery. Because people want to be entertained, you know. It's not the same audience. That's what we need to understand. Sorry, just let me have a drink, guys. There's always going to be people who just want the jump scares. I've got Coke somewhere. Oh, it's there. But there are also people who believe and are being fooled by these people. They take advantage of any honest curiosity. There you go. I might go on an intermission in a minute, guys. Try and get this coughing under control. Took me an inhaler. By turning into a scam, they can squeeze money out of you. We don't think like them. We don't assume they're lies or frauds at first. A lot of people have been hurt by the paranormal being faked. Some very bad cases. So, but if you're watching Twin Paranormal or Sam Colby or whoever it is you're watching, and you just like watching them, there's going to be loads of people who do. They don't care that it's fake. Most people, they just want to watch the creators. They're not your target audience for promoting genuine research and investigation into the paranormal. It's the ones who do believe and are taking them at face value. Alright. Do you know something? I've got a new plank, Catherine.
Do I have to?
I walk the plank! Ah! Woo-hoo! What a day! Oh! Oh! No! Look, look, look!
Welcome in, sweetie. Good to see you. Goodies did a Loch Ness Monster episode. I reached the age of catnaps, no real sleep. It's marvellous. That's me. Catnaps. You're talking about, you know, just was talking about Folio. That's what Folio did. Although I did sign up to Folio 2 or 3 times. I waited until the offer was on the really good books. I think most people are exhausted, worked to death, worried about food money. They want to bury their heads in the sand and be entertained. That is also a historical trend. And it's why when we look at stories, we look at film, we look at theatre, we look at TV, we look at literature. It's why I keep saying the words time of production. If you look at cinema, for example, you find an excess of fantasy movies, science fiction movies, musicals when times are really bad. The Wizard of Oz. I don't want to get the year wrong. I know it was the 30s, but just let me. Wizard of Oz. Just can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, I'd been right. 1939. So the Wizard of Oz. The US has gone through the Great Depression. 1939, the world's falling into war. What they did, and the Wizard of Oz was also pivotal in Technicolor, major Technicolor production, which is why it's so garish to us now. And it's there for people to forget about their worries. I mean, back in especially in the 20s, 30s, 40s, in hard times, a lot of musicals were put out. In the 20s, especially after Depression, musicals were very popular because people went to the cinema to forget about their woes. It's why, by the way, I believe that the superhero movies have been doing so well for the last 15 years. You know, because the world's descending into chaos. People need their heroes. And that's the same with the paranormal. People just want to be entertained. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you're fighting back. Thank you, Sadra. I am fighting back. I've got to do it my way, guys. I've got to do it my way. I can't. If YouTube don't like it, then I'll just keep going with the outside. Oops, my no. Let me get to the dashboard. Hang on. Team Prism, thank you so much for the buy me a coffee. You legend, thank you. I appreciate that so much. So the only thing I've got to do is I've got to be more efficient at noticing. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Oh, Kitten Kong, I remember. I used to dream about Kitten Kong. For some reason, that particular episode gave me a nightmare. Wasn't that in the introduction? Goody, 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 yum, yum, and it was the cat. I'm a skeptic, but there are instances where I'm skeptic of the debunks. The Rendlesham Forest explanations have never felt right to me. Rendlesham Forest. I think Justin's gone. I'm trying to remember if Justin's done Rendlesham Forest. Justin, if you're still around, if you haven't done it already, I would love to see a Rendlesham Forest episode. A lighthouse. It doesn't make sense, the debunks for Rendlesham. So lurking till I finish my blueberry pancakes. Ooh. Kitten Kong was amazing. Yeah, they had it in the intro, didn't they? Sounds more likely that it was just a. See, that's the other thing, and that's the other thing I do tend to push. If you know my channel, is, you know, it's. I have every respect for people who go out doing ghost investigations and paranormal investigations. 100% I do. The ones who are doing it properly. But the paranormal is such a bigger subject than that. And in terms of aliens, yes, I still am doing Chariots of the Gods, but in terms of aliens, logically, all right, aliens are the ones that have a potential basis in possibility because we don't know what's out there. We're here. Who's to say somebody else isn't there? There's a thing called the Drake equation, which I'll be covering, which has mathematically worked out the chances of the number of planets that you know are capable of sustaining life, etc. Even Kenny, and I think he said it on my live. Even Kenny has sort of said, yes, you know, there's a possibility of aliens out there. What Kenny questions is whether they can get here. But yeah, it's much more plausible that there are aliens, whether they're here or not, than a lot of the other stuff. Covidual, I said that as well. I couldn't be a debunker. I could debunk. I mean, I want to do my own version of it at some point, but I couldn't do it. I can't sit through video. I mean, I know Crow sits with one on his phone and one on the TV. He watches all of it in case as soon as he turns it off, the debunk's there. Hours and hours and hours that the debunkers will watch on the video. God, I mean, sometimes the channels do my head in watching the debunking video, even if I love the debunker. Oh my God. That's the other thing. When there are claims and they're being passed off as being whatever they're being passed off as being, instead of just dismissing them as, oh, it's nothing, they probably know what it is. I'm sorry. I do tend to get a bit conspiracy theory on some stuff. They probably know what it is, but or have more of an idea that they're letting on. But yeah, it doesn't mean that they should be dismissed, or it should at least try and work out what's going on, whatever it is. I also maintain, and I know Kenny doesn't like me saying this, but I also maintain, you know, science will continually learn more. Science doesn't know everything. Yes, it knows a lot, and yes, it can apply a lot of methods and substantiated findings to things, but it's still learning all the time. Every science subject moves forward. You know, Kenny himself says never stop learning. You know, when the Victorians had dirigibles or air balloons, I'm sure that when Jules Verne and H.G. Wells started talking about going to the moon, that was H.G. Wells, wasn't it? Jules Verne. People were going, oh, that'll never happen. And less than 100 years later, it did. I mean, the Wright brothers was, I can't remember the exact date for the Wright brothers, but that was the early 1900s. You know, less than 60 years later, we've gone to the moon. And yes, I do believe we went to the moon, by the way. But even if we didn't, we still got there without landing. It's not always that science doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of theoretical science that they'll say the maths adds up, they just haven't worked out how to do it yet. So I'm waffling. I'm aware I'm waffling. I have to have an intermission to make coffee. I started watching Camp Simon Colby's background noise, didn't believe it, but I knew they were going to some historic locations. One of the locations I used to really like, and often it didn't matter who went there, I think it's partly the history, because I love my history, especially my American history, was the Washoe Club. So usually it didn't matter who was there, within reason. Yeah. 1.17. Yeah, trying to hold it at that. I did have a little glitch because I upset somebody. A couple of people. But it's back up there. Crow the chat. I'm going to get to the bottom so I can make a coffee. There's a few. Where's Palms? There's a few TV shows that use local stories and legends, just as the sort of based on a story type, you know, just for ideas. So. We all need to chill out and let minds roam, but there's also what the frauds are looking for as a way to get rich. Hollywood, any belt? Yeah, I mean, I'll say I'm doing Bathsheba for the next video. What Hollywood did to her? They didn't care if she, even the last one, they didn't care she'd been debunked. You know, poor woman. People don't mention about Bendlesham is that it was the start of a huge UFO flap in the UK that lasted around most of 1981, including sightings around Hexham. Yeah. Oh no, keyboard incident. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's possible. That is possible. It's possible they're on the other side of the universe. It's possible they're here. It's possible they're somewhere in the middle. But the thing with aliens is it's possible. You know, it's scientifically it's possible. With the status art piece, thank you. It's a logo. That's why I probably won't get it finished this live, but it's a logo. I shall explain what the logo's for in a minute. Good to say there haven't been alien civilizations that have come and gone but are not interested in us. That's the other thing, you know, we keep getting this, oh, it takes so many years to get here. Yeah, but the Earth's billions of years old. Come on. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Thank you, Catherine. Oh, it's very rare. It's very rare. That's why the Drake equation's there. It's a minimal amount in the billions of stars, but it is possible. There was an episode of Art Attack where Neil Buchanan drew what a human would evolve into by our lifestyles now and in the future. There is a theory on that. I've heard that before, actually, where there's people who believe that what greys are actually us evolved coming back in time. As outlandish as that sounds, there is a theory that some people will withhold to. The greys aren't aliens, they're us. Through the chat, and I'm going to aliens is something absolutely something I can believe. Find it incredibly hard to believe that somehow we're the only higher intelligent life in the vastness of the universe. That's the other thing. You know, and I've said this before as well. I know I'm repeating myself, guys. My dad was a huge science fiction fan, huge, right up until he couldn't read anymore after the stroke. He read and read and read science fiction, and I'm talking about the really traditional science fiction. I'm not talking about the Hollywood version. He would buy compendium after compendium of science fiction short stories. And he would always say that. He says, the trouble is we see aliens as sort of looking like us. You know, bacteria on another planet is alien life. It's still life. You know? Sarah behind the chat again. No! I just choose not to be at the bottom. The fake channels know that we know they fake. It's so frustrating, especially when you get attacked by their fans. You're trying to, yeah. Stark is on full on cuddle mode. Send him over here. Sid the Sloth. We all know the grey aliens were there. They were Quark, Rom, and I love that episode. It's called Little Green Men, isn't it? They end up being the aliens that crash at Roswell. That's Deep Space Nine, guys. Vicky Hemming. Oh, wrong one. Vicky Hemming, how are you doing, sweetie? Hope you're good today. Sean Bristol did one on Smug Puppy. That's funny. His latest one's on Smug Puppy. I don't mind watching those ones so much because they're just so ridiculous. The ones that it's usually some of Seg's videos. You know, if he's doing he hasn't done very well, but Selena Spooky Boo and I don't really mind mocking Amanda, but there's one or two and it's like, oh my god, make it stop. Make it stop. And that's when Seg's looking at it. And you're getting all Seg's jokes and you're getting the lovely Seg but you're having to watch these guys. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy with a visit from Garrett. Are you doing an art stream later tonight or tomorrow? If I do want to try and fit one in tomorrow, but I think we're planning on going out in the middle of the day, so it depends what time we go out. I think we might go out in the morning. Because I want to get this finished on the stream. I won't finish this today. If not, it'll be Monday. Had a nap on the desk. Blanky, hello to everyone who said hello. Yeah, all of those, especially Bradbury and Asimov. Octopus could be aliens. I can hear Dawson in my head now. Be right back. Hang on, chat's jumping on me. Petals, thank you so much for the buy me a coffee, and Pinky, thank you so much for the buy me a coffee. You absolute treasures. It really helps at the moment. Well, it always helps, but you know what I mean. Under the circumstances. People are being so kind. But only if you can, guys. I don't expect it. According to us, Resident Alien, I couldn't get into Resident Alien. They sound like Nathan Fillion. I find it amazing many of the current conspiracy theories are based on previous sci-fi stories. Yeah, literature has been one of the things. It's kind of a circular thing, whereas people will base literature on what they've heard, and people will then base what they've heard, what they say on literature. There is a book called, it's only a little book, I used to have it, I don't think I've got it anymore, called NASA Trek, that looks at all of the influences of Star Trek on NASA, just on their ideas and what to design. So, Covidual, cheerio, sweetie. Thank you for being here. Frank Herbert, yeah. June. Hated what song? If it's Fleetwood Mac, I'm not a fan. Right, guys, I'm just going to make myself another coffee. I'll keep going for a little bit longer, but I need caffeine, so it'll be fine. Intermission. and I will catch you. I'll try and put a quicker one on. I just need to boil the kettle. I'll just put an art one on though, just in case. Oh, they're both longer. Okay. Oh, I'm breaking StreamYard. There we go.
We're riding chariots through the nebula. Copper wings cut comet trail. Every star a silent syllable in a book of cosmic tales. Fantastic is here to guide you. Find our fingerprints in stone. Time bends back like burning metal, shows we were never alone. We are dust, we are thunder, we are stories torn asunder in the glow of the stars that shine above us. Through the noise, through the ages, we are turning all the pages, learning future dreams from the ruins that still scream. Remember,
Fantastic explores the wonders, the mysteries of time. Starburst ancient chariots, through the galaxies we climb.
through the mirror of a dream, if the past is just a mirror held inside an alien head, will we recognize our faces when we finally understand? We are dust, we are thunder, we are stories torn asunder in the glow of the galaxies above us. Through the noise, through the ages, we are turning all the pages, learning future dreams from the ruins that still love
They still
We are dust, we are wonder, riding fire, tearing under every curtain drawn between the lost and the discovered. They still teach us. We are dust. We are dust.
Thank you, Petals. I really appreciate that. I'm back. Where's my tea? Oh, I never mentioned it. I've some coffee. A lot of old time slip stories or missing persons where they seem to have teleported turn out to be fiction printed in newspapers and people forgot were fiction. Oh yeah, especially newspaper articles. Got one or two that I'm going to be covering through the photographs. They were printed, and there's a lot of people over the years, probably still now, that believe if the newspapers print the story or if it's said on the news, it's true. It's not always. Believe a lot of conspiracy theories. Paul McCartney, Man on the Moon, 9/11. Yeah. Frankenstein and Dracula written centuries ago, besides ghost demons, aliens, and haunted dolls. It's a long time between original storytellers creating characters who charm future generations too. Frankenstein was early 1800s with Mary Shelley, and it's often considered to be the first science fiction novel. It's where horror turns science fiction because of man using science and wanted to control life. It's the science used in it. And you know, if you look at everything that's sort of done with DNA and cloning, etc. now, you know, and Dracula, I mean, vampire stories. There's one here, The Vampire of Alnwick Castle. I can't remember the exact details of it, but it's something to do with, and it would happen quite a bit actually. It's when somebody basically is put in a coffin, and it turns out they haven't actually died. But they'd hear sort of knocking in the coffin or trying to get out, and they would believe it. That there was something supernatural. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Really don't want to let them go. So. Just trying the chat a bit because obviously I've done the. Is Claire in? Hey, sweetness. Good to see you, darling. I understand there's no live stream tonight. Let me know if you decide to do one at any point, and I'll push it. I want some coffee too. I can't remember that one. Oh, the Paul McCartney story, yeah. And then one of the albums is supposed to have Paul is Dead at the end of one of the songs. I think it's on the White Album. I think I covered that in my Satanic Panic video. So obviously I won't get all of this done today, but just to reinforce what it's for, this is actually going to be, actually I'll tell you what the story is. I wanted a name for my podcasts. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks or so, the first one will appear. It's going to be with Bristol. Bristol Paranormal. And I wanted a name for the podcasts. And talking to Phil, and this isn't actually come from Phil, because Phil was suggesting some, and I was like, I couldn't think of any. And then all of a sudden, one little voice popped up and came up with the title for the podcasts. So I am going to play, it's just a short one, play the jingle. I don't care what YouTube thinks for the podcast. This isn't a video, this is just the music.
Come, step right in.
To the crooked little ring.
Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
A brass key turns and the kettle starts to sing. Voices stir with a grin and a swing. Coffee is hot when the guests come through. Chocolate chip cookies and a spooky point of view.
Hot roast coffee, cookies all bacon. Open the lid, this podcast has taken.
Spooky cookie, come and pull up a chair.
Spooky cookie,
Got a tail in the air.
spooky cookie.
Hear the whole room chime.
We'll crack the case.
One scare at a time.
Spooky cookie,
Spooky cookie. Spooky cookie. Spooky cookie.
spooky cookie dookie, a little chocolate kiss.
So yeah, this is the logo I'm doing for it. The podcasts are going to be. This has come from Crow. Spooky Cookie, the Spooky Cookie podcast. So if you don't like it, you know to complain to. But I thought that was great, Spooky Cookie. And this is the logo I'm doing for it. By the way, the Spooky Cookie Dookie little chocolate kiss came from Phil. No problem, Claire, darling. Sorry, just crying the chat some at the bottom. Yep, it did. You need to go out that and get some snacks. Yeah, you need snacks for the podcast. No, they're not doing it tonight, but I will help let everybody know when they decide to do one. You love cookies. Hey John, how are you doing? Good to see you, darling. Where's it? Just need my phone for the pic for the colours. Yeah, so this is the this is going to be the logo for the podcasts. So I wanted to get on with it. I still love when Toxic rocks it. Yeah, that's always been a really popular one. And it's the biggest earworm as well. Stu, I don't mind, but you are going to have to be careful in some people's lives. There's a few people who are going a bit self-promoting. I don't mind you doing it in mine. Yeah, can we have some hearts in the chat for Paul and Claire, please? Because they're going through a tough time at the moment. And they're lovely people. Even Paul. He has his moments. No, seriously though, hearts in the chat for Paul and Claire. We like to support good people. So just be patient with them and their channel while they're not disappearing. But just be patient with them and their channel while they sort out real life stuff. Please. Don't forget about them. We won't let you. I'm sure you won't. Always look after the good ones. Speaking of good ones, so they're probably out and about today if they don't come into the chat, but it is Sandra's birthday today. Boss lady of Bristol. So if you're on Facebook, you know, or I don't know if I haven't seen whether Sean's put a thread up on the community post, but it is Sam's birthday today. So if you see her anywhere, it's her official birthday today. I know they did a live on Wednesday. Oh, look at all those hearts. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Oh, this is, yeah, it's humbling, isn't it, Clem? It's kind of kept me going this week. You know, this toxic community that everybody talks about. And when you need it, they're there. They're incredible. You've got to focus on the positive. I got told off for using what you're wearing. That's the sort of thing Crow would do. Now, what are you wearing? That's funny. Hey Sarah, while you're drawing. Hey sweetie, yeah, this is the logo for the new podcast. So I know I don't normally do art on a Saturday, but I just wanted to get cracking with it. So I will do an art stream to finish it. Possibly. Because I want to get it done sooner rather than later. Just had a thought actually. Getting a sausage roll. Elaine wants one, Stew. Sorry, I lost my pens for a minute. Gosh. Take me as long now. Wish my nieces could have watched you colouring when they were little. There's a technique that both in paint and pen that people might have found they do it already if they're colouring. If you do things in little circles, it's often easier to just stay within the lines. It's good for paint technique as well. I think a lot of artists do it instinctively once they've been doing it for a bit, but I mean, when I'm doing something like, I'm sorry I'm coughing at you guys, I'm really sorry. When I'm doing something like this, it doesn't really matter so much because this is a logo, so it'll end up being photoshopped to tidy it up anyway, but if, say, you're doing something as an original piece and you want somebody to buy the original, or you want it for yourself, yeah, those little circles can give you more control. In this particular design, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Pickles. It's actually my like button's hardly getting away with it today. It's doing very well. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Happy little circles, absolutely. Okay, driving and lurking. Everyone take care. Sarah, cool art and logo. Look forward to all your ideas. Thank you, Miss Mayhem. And thank you for being here, darling. Always a pleasure. Always. Always. No problem, Rob. I'm not going to be on for much longer. I'll probably take it to the 2.5 hours and call it a day. I will try and do an art stream tomorrow, but if not, it'll have to be Monday, guys. Actually, it's bright sunshine out there. I don't even know whether to go and do a little vlog before I have a power nap. Dog just battered me with his claws because he wants tickles. We better give him tickles. If he wants tickles, he should have tickles. Yeah, you take care, Claire. You look after you and yours. I will keep people updated if they don't see notifications, etc. Done it again, I've lost the lid. Oh, it's there. Always losing the lid. I'm shocking. Tickles, how much? No, it's licking your arm. Oh, yeah. Still got that soft roll in your hand. And you're not sharing. It's terrible. Night, Caroline. I'm sorry I had to push the live back again. I'm really sorry. I will try and do 1 or 2 more morning streams this week. You get some rest, darling. I'm not going to be on much longer anyway. You remember Beer Old Doodlot? No. Oh, actually, they were the ones that were almost like felt art, where it was like the really thick lines between them. The colour I use, I don't think I've got one near me, but the colour I use with these pens that I use for flesh, the Derwent Intense, is the willow. The willow's a nice, good representation of skin. If you're doing it with paint, it's an art form. I can tell you what the colours are, but you really have to learn to sort of blend it. Still get doodle art. Might put a little tutorial actually for mixing skin colour with paint. Because sometimes people go to pink, but it doesn't work. Hey there, lovely lady Vicky Hemming. Good to see you. It's actually why I've managed to animate so much too, because I've obviously been doing it professional for years, but a lot of them were just for hobby as well. TARDIS Karen's got to get some Z. Good morning, evening, night, everyone. No problem. And the tube with the felt pens. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we've had a lot of hearts in the chat for Paul and Claire. Quite rightly too. I do have a Queen collage. Pull up at some point. To be honest, I don't watch art channels. There's very many art channels. Keep an eye on them at the minute to make sure they stay bloody monetized. We're using some of the same techniques. I got told off at school for drawing a single cover of Billy Idol, and the homework was draw a musical instrument. Well, technically, you know, it's vocalist. That counts, right? Just stole Paul's phone, bought you lovely coffee, lovely self. Oh, thank you, sweetie. You did do that, but thank you so much. You treasure. Anybody's for a coffee. I was told right through, my parents were both artists, I was told right the way through school I couldn't draw a straight line, I had no creativity. The art classes were non-existent when I was a kid. I mean, they did art, but didn't learn anything, to be honest. I learned more from mum and dad, even though I didn't try doing artwork till I was about 17, 18 at least. I did it off my own back. But there are certain pieces of advice on artwork that I still carry with me today from mum and dad. You know, things like it's not, you know, if you say you were doing a lot, I don't do landscapes, but I've still got intermission on. I don't do landscapes, but I don't like doing them. But you know, it's anything that you're sort of looking at for a picture or a scene. It's not just what you put in; it's what you leave out. You don't have to put every single detail in. That was from mum. Things like, again, mixing paint. I'll have to do some paint mixing on the channel, on the art channel. But the hardest color to replicate is green. If you want and to get it to be flat, there's so many variations of shade in green. Mind you, any color, I would say, if you're mixing a color and you want it for a large piece, mix plenty of it, because trying to replicate it, not happening. There you go. Yeah, all the best for the lovely Claire and Paul and family. Oh, another piece of advice, I think it was from mum. Was if you do, this is a scene with colour, obviously not black and white, but a scene with colour. Even if there's none in there, add a little bit of yellow somewhere, or light orange, that sort of variation in there. It gives warmth to the picture. It doesn't have to be much, it could be a tiny little bit. It'll add some warmth to what could otherwise look like a cold scene. And if you're drawing eyes, I do have I wonder if it's still up. There's a video on eyes on the channel, or there was. Always have a little speck of light in it. Otherwise the eyes look dead. He was getting housed. Well, Rose, right. When I'm doing a portrait, which is what I've done for the longest, always start with the eyes. Because if you don't get the eyes right, it ain't going to work. Noses are tricky, but you can... Noses on women are easier because women often wear makeup, so there's not a lot of... You can get away with being quite faint on the nose. With men, it's a lot harder, but yeah, you have to get it right. Yeah, film cameras best for the mixing acrylic colours and storing them. Yeah, best if you need a lot of one particular colour that you've mixed, have it in something airtight so that you can come back to it. It's great to copy from photos. I was going from one flat image to another. I hated still life. I couldn't translate 3D to 2D. I started off copying from flat photos because I did a lot of fan art. 2D for 3D. It's still life. The trouble is, somebody does a still life. You put a bloody bowl of fruit on the table. Who wants to? Well, vase of flowers. Who wants to draw that? Yeah, it's over time you can translate looking at something to how to draw it or paint it. I also found it hard to do cartoons. I was okay. See, that's me as well. I wish I can. If I do cartoons or caricature, it takes me a lot longer. I have a picture somewhere of me, if I can find it, I'll show you guys, that I had done on the subway in New York. Guy just sat on the subway and drew you, and $10 or something for it. And you could just do it in a few lines. I mean, I envy people who can do comics and caricature like that. I can do it, but it takes me time to work it out. Still have to fix the eyes on my female warrior. It might be a while. I did put an eye one on the... Elaine won't need it, but I did put an eye one on the channel. Because there's various things people forget about the eyes. People have often asked me about eyes. They've done the rest of the face right. Oh, why does the eye look flat? And first thing is because the eyes aren't flat. They're spherical. and that needs to stand out. Just like drawing from my imagination, it turned out looking worrying. Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of my stuff's highly stylized. Got more and more stylized, especially as once I've become professional. So it's a lot easier to draw from the imagination. But you need to. I was never told at school, because often at school your exam would be like, oh, draw something to do with dance, and you'd expect it to just come up with the image in your head. Transferring that to the page is difficult. But if you stylize and you can go around the concept, then caricature of me that was done in Paris. Yeah, I've got the. I wonder where it is. Find it. Small drawings of attack Geiger light. See, that's why I like Geiger. It's why I like drawing Alien especially. Suits my style. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, I do. I mean, I will admit I will use AI occasionally, but I have often used Photoshop to take detail out. Photoshop has one or two filters which I've used in the past, just to, because you've got to take it down to the basics with caricature and cartoon. It doesn't do it as a cartoon or a caricature, but it'll take it down to the basics so you can work with those instead of trying to get a caricature out of a huge amount of detail. So yours has done the street outside. Her eyes are too big and wonky. I just never fixed it 11 years ago. It's funny, I can draw all the people parts quite well. I could just never manage to make them look right together. One of the things I've learned with doing people, especially sort of a complicated piece, is I will often do just a very loose placement, pencil lines, just to make sure it's going to fit on the page. And the secret for me, this is for me personally, even with just a face, like I say, I start with the eyes. I don't look at anything else other than the eyes. I don't look at anything else other than the actual part of the picture I'm drawing. And then you move on to the next piece and you start building on it. That's the way I work. I guarantee if I had a caricature done, it would have a huge nose. There we go. So I will do tend to go with code. I mean, if you studied art officially, they would do anatomy. That's why they do things like, you know, sort of nudes, etc. What I use, by the way, hey Lisa, what I use for anatomy is you can just Google them. Just do Google images. I actually get to type in. I usually type in contemporary dancer, get different poses. Because contemporary dancers or ballet dancers will often be wearing little, you can see the muscle, you can see the actual tones. They're actually pretty good for working from if you need anatomy. My internet seems to be glitching. I'm glad you're still alive, so I'm late being out about the sunshine. I'm thinking about going out before I have a power nap and just doing a quick vlog, to be honest. No, if you type in contemporary dancer, you will get the right images. I used to have problems with fitting on the page. One teacher made me lines following the outside of the image. Add that to my draw and draw inside. It really helped. Yeah, I mean, I will. Where's my pencil? You know, I will literally say if I'm doing it on that bit, it doesn't even have to be the proper shape. I will sort of say, you know, well, there's the head and there's the arms, you know, and you know, the body and the legs, just to make sure. And I'll work within those boundaries. It could be, I don't know how well you can see that actually. It's probably too. There you go. And it will literally be rough outlines. It will just be to make sure everything's going to fit. Like, oh, sorry, I'm not awake yet. Me either. I have my little wood doll, though he is currently being tied to a Tunisian with knitting. I know you. I've got the Monica. I've just never used it, to be honest. It's also, especially with the face things, it's knowing the proportions. You know, the space between each eye is you would perfectly fit another eye. That's how far eyes are apart. So, you know, I can't do it on this one because it's not a real thing. But I would literally sit and do this on the image, just to make sure that they were the right amount apart. And then there's the 2/3 space. If you can do it on your own face. If the bridge of your nose to your nostrils, take it down, it will go from your nostrils to your chin. And your eyes are level with that top line. And your mouth, the middle of your mouth, where your lips meet, is halfway between the bottom bit. I'll do it on the thing. I didn't do any work last year of maths class. I just drew my exercise book, still passed the exam though. Oh, I didn't do a lot of work for my exams. It's a wonder I got any. And I did, but yeah. I was getting told off. I doodle in everything. I think I've said before, it's actually a good way for me to listen. If I'm doodling, I'm usually listening. Mike, thank you so much for $25. You treasure. Thank you for the support, darling. I really do appreciate you for that. Thank you. You guys are keeping me going. No, I don't just mean with donations. I just mean with being here and supporting. And I will put out either a video or community post about what I'm planning, but I will finalize everything for this live next week, just to show everybody what's happening. I might even, if I have a chat with Sam and Sean, work out a date, and obviously Ryan, if you can make it, for the first podcast, the Spooky Cookie podcast. Algebra just... I was really good at maths until... And yes, there is an S on the end of it. Until I was 16. I didn't have to do any work for it, revision for it, just flying colours. I took A-level maths, which was the next level up, and I failed it outright because it was pure and applied. It was algebra and physics, and it was like, no. I could just about do some of the physics math, but not the algebra. Pure maths, no. I think doing things like hand studies and ears and breaking down all the kind of more focused on in class. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I do advise sort of breaking down certain body parts. You need to do all of them. I do think the eyes are one. I think hands are another. I would often, to learn hands, or if I've got to draw a hand, I will actually... Oh, my hands are swollen today. No. You should love arthritis. You can also tell I'm drawing, by the way. That's me putting ink on my pen. But I would actually put my hand in whatever position I needed, you know. surprising what your brain takes in when you're asleep. Yeah, especially if you fall asleep when somebody's live. Yeah. Spooky cookie. Yeah, that was Crow's suggestion. We kept. Phil was trying to help me. I even went into ChatGPT and that sucked. Don't do that very often. Phil was coming up with suggestions, and then it was Crow said spooky cookie. Oh, spooky cookie. So it's the Spooky Cookie podcast. Your nails are on point, so my nails suck. Look at them, broken. I only put nail varnish on at the minute to it looks better when I'm doing the drawing. Give us some new nail polish though. I need to apply. I need the really hardcore, you know. Stay fast, I think it's called. You know, it's like, oh yeah, try getting through this. Awesome podcast with Beardo. Yes, it was. APRF did a podcast with Beardo. Got over the 500 subs. Got safely over the 500 subs. You do deserve it, and I said this last time, but I'm going to say it again. It's so nice now, after a year, to see APRF getting the traction, getting the word spread. We've been pushing it, myself, Crow, a few others have been pushing it really hard for a year now, and hopefully the Beardo interview will really sort of launch them. APRF are also going to be doing one of the early podcasts with me. The first 3 are going to be, hopefully, the first one will be Bristol. There will also be one with APRF and one with Rob. So I've got other people lined up, but I want to get cracking on these early ones. I need an early night to catch up on sleep, but I won't let you. Elaine, you never let me down, darling. We all need an early night to catch up on sleep. I can't think why. Spooky Cookie Duke. Yes, the bit at the end of the song, that was Phil. I did put it in. I love turquoise, actually. I've got a lot of turquoise jewellery. 531 today. Woo! Congratulations, that's awesome. Well deserved, absolutely well deserved. Onward and upward for you guys. It's good to see good people get the subs and get the recognition. Hoping to do a live next weekend. I'll be there. Last time I turned up, was it the live or a premiere? It's a premiere. And I thought, oh, I'm in blue. I'm Sarah Smurf in APRF's lives. I have the power, so I think Elaine does as well. Sarah's forgotten about me. Why have I forgotten about you? Who's Stu? I don't know. I think it's a troll. What have I forgotten, Stu? You do know I'm scattier than usual at the minute. Well, can't see anything. Crap, I've lost StreamYard. There we go. Yeah, Phil's fallen off the pizza bandwagon. The pizza portal is back. You got 2 today. Bye, Petals, and thank you for the buying of me a coffee, darling. Right, guys, I am going to cut it here. I will try and do. I want to get this finished, so I will try and do an art stream tomorrow. But if not, there'll be one on Monday morning. Fingers crossed. God, I hate saying definitely, but oh, have you got a live tonight, Stu? Is that what I was? I can't see a notification. I cannot see one. But if somebody, just before I finish, if somebody wants to put Stu's link in the chat, that's fine. You need some jump-ins. You will get hit if you keep doing it that way. I know you're dodging a bullet so far, but especially at the minute. So can't do notifications because I'm not using StreamYard. Okay. What time is it, Stu? Just so people know. Let's take this off. Actually, I'm going to add that. Turn the camera off. Thanks, Bill. So 9 o'clock. You may find that you're hitting with other people, but that's fine. If you want to go over to Stu at 9. That's going to be my next video. Sometime this week. At the minute, I don't promise a day because stuff going on. But first in a series called Death of the Author, and I'm going to be looking at Bathsheba. And the way different stories have developed about her. And I will catch you all later. Oh, Phil, I found this.
Better lock the doors and turn the lights down low.
Oh yeah.
Put on something soft and slow.
Soft and slow.
'Cause baby, we ain't got no place to go.
No place.